Hey guys, welcome back to Front Seat Driver. My name is Jason. It occurred to me that I haven't driven my Corvette in a month, maybe longer. I actually can't remember the last time I drove it. I've been driving the Lamborghini every day. So today we're going to take the Corvette out and we're going to talk about 5 mods that I've done to this car. And they're going to be mods that pretty much anybody can do. They're not super expensive, but they are pretty good mods, and I just thought it might be fun to trigger everybody by having this ladder so close to the car, since typically a lot of people give me a hard time for doing that. But it's okay. It stays out of the way. I'm not worried about it. But anyway, thanks for watching. Let's get started. Back to Front Seat Driver. My name's Jason. We're here in beautiful Burleson, Texas, with a nice, beautiful construction in the background. But anyway, it was the only place I could find that was quiet. Hopefully there's not too much wind today, but today I'm going to talk about the 5 modifications that I've done to my Corvette Grand Sport that you can do to yours that are relatively inexpensive, but in my opinion are really important mods as far as appearance and or performance, but on a smaller budget. So anyway, I hope everybody enjoys this video. Thank you so much for watching. So let's take a look at number 1. The first mod that I recommend is if you don't have a front splitter, or if you have the basic stage 1 front splitter, it is a black plastic. It's very light in color. It looks kind of cheap. I mean, if you have no splitter, it definitely looks a lot better than no splitter, but I really like the stage 2, so I upgraded from the stage 1 that it came with to a stage 2 front splitter. So it has the small winglets right here. If you do the stage 3, it'll have the larger ones that come up to here. I didn't really think for me that it was really necessary to spend the extra money to get that. I did get this done from at Corvette World here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. They took care of that, and I can't remember how much it was. I believe it was like $399 for the splitter and like $85 for installation. So not terribly bad, but I really like seeing this car. I honestly thought about selling it. I actually thought about selling it a couple weeks ago. I was getting I haven't driven it in a while, and I felt like it might be time to do something different. Then I saw a Z06 a couple days ago on over here by my house, and it had one of the other modifications that we're going to talk about, and it really made me change my mind on whether or not I wanted to get rid of this car, so now I don't. Now, the second modification that I highly recommend are these XL rock guards. I've heard a few people say that they didn't care for them. They said it looked cheap. I'll be honest with you, in person, they do not. They look fantastic. These are from ACS Composite, and I think they did an amazing job of making it in the carbon flash to match the side skirts along with my new front splitter. It looks fantastic, and these things are super simple to install. There's just some little pins in here that you have to press in. I've got a video on the installation I will add to this video. There's a screw on the bottom, but it honestly takes about 5 minutes to do each side. I swear, it's one of the easiest modifications that you can do. But the great thing about it is with the old guards along the side, it only was on the inside of the wheel well. It was not on the outside, and so all the rocks that are coming through here are going to fly out and hit your side skirts and just a lower section of your car. So I think this really helps. I do have Expel on my car. This should prevent rock chips, but nonetheless, I think it's an excellent prevention for getting any additional unnecessary rock chips. So the third modification that I want to talk about today is the ACS Diffuser Fins. As you can see, I have 2 on each side. I believe they were $400 total, plus, of course, installation. However, my friend Ryan from Texas Horsepower installed them for me. It was a little bit of a pain in the butt, to be quite honest with you. I don't like doing a lot of modifications myself, and he's done quite a bit. So I will actually put a link to that video in the description as well. but I think they look amazing. They're a little bit of a nuisance trying to, you know, get your hand inside there to fit the screws in. It definitely helps to have the right tools, but at the end of the day, it is well worth it. I mean, I can't tell you how pleased I am with them. Granted, they're not going to really kick in unless you're doing like 150 plus for an extended period of time, but at the same time, sometimes it's about appearance. The reason I bought the cars, I like the way it looked. The reason I added the ACS Diffuser Fins is because I like the way they look. I felt like GM kind of left it unfinished on the back side, and now I feel like it has that ability to look finished, you know. I just, you know, let me know what you think in the comments. For $400, do you think it's worth it? I definitely do. You know, would have been nice if they'd have been cheaper, but they're not. They're $400. And the great thing is that they are also in carbon flash to match the side skirts. So that's another huge thing. It looks really good in my opinion now because everything matches, everything's carbon flash, whereas a few items were not. So now let's talk about number 5. We'll pop the hood here. It's funny to see the engine in the front again after being so used to seeing the engine in the back, you know, or mid-engine in the Lambo, lifting the front hood instead of having it be my trunk space. Anyway, so number 4 is the AFE Cold Air Intake. That actually has been something that, in my opinion, has made the biggest difference. The throttle response, I know I hear that on a lot of the videos, but it really does make a difference. I could tell much more than any other mod, which, well, there's really only other one, but I felt like it made a big difference, you know, in my driving experience. It definitely seemed quicker after that, but I believe this AFE Cold Air Intake was $450, somewhere in that ballpark, from Summit Racing in Arlington, Texas. And I don't know if you have them where you live, but they do a lot of online business, so you can call them and order one if you would like. But I will tell you, it made a huge difference. I don't want to overstate it. It didn't make a huge difference, but it definitely made a difference. I definitely think it's something that I don't regret. So let's talk about number 5. The 5th modification that I've made to this car is I did get the Corsa Xtreme exhaust, and you know, I really like it. I loved the way the exhaust sounded before. It wasn't terrible. It's just that it wasn't really loud. I wanted something a little bit louder, and the Corsa was the one I could find, at least that I thought was the loudest. I did go with the black tips. I don't know how well you can see those, but I did go with the black tips as opposed to the chrome. I believe everything was about $2,300. I did have Corvette World install that as well, and I've been very pleased with it. The only negative that I can really say with the Corsa is that you do not get the MPP system, so you can't adjust the sound. If you do want it in stealth mode for whatever reason, you're leaving it real early in the morning and you don't want your car being really loud, there's nothing that you can do about that. It does not have the MPP system with it. If you want that, you would need to stay with Borla. Borla does, I believe, have a system that has the MPP, you know, so that you can maintain that lower sound if you want to put it in stealth mode. But that's basically it. I'm gonna throw in a +1. Actually, I'm gonna throw in a +2. I was calling this the 5 things, but there's actually a couple more. They're kind of dirty, but these WeatherTech floor mats are really nice. I got them, I think they're like $150 a set. I bought a pair of used ones, a set of used ones. I believe I paid 50 bucks. Corvette World sold them to me, gave me a really good deal. And I like them a lot because my car came with a special set for the collector edition for the floor mats, and I really didn't want to get them too filthy and too bad in case I, you know, at one point want to sell this car and move up to a C8. You know, if and when they come out, and I really like them. We know they're going to be announced in July, so they'll be on display in July, so we'll see what it looks like. I don't know if I want a first-year Corvette or not, but we'll see. It depends on what it looks like. It depends if I'd have to sell the Lamborghini or not. I definitely don't want to sell the Lambo. I really like it, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway, that was one of them. That was a +1. My other +1, so it'll be +2, is Expel. There is a clear film on the car that helps prevent against rock chips. I have it on the Lamborghini as well in the front. It's really expensive to do the Lamborghini, so I did not do all of the Lamborghini. But I did almost all of this car and it was $2,300, $2,400, somewhere in that range. I did it right after I bought it. Never even took it on the freeway until I got it. It does have a couple of hits where you can see it would have definitely damaged the paint. It did not. Some of this stuff can be self-healing, but not all of it. There's a little spot right here, but that's about it. And I tell you, this stuff has saved me. I've been on a couple of cruises with Ryan, again, Texas Horsepower, and a lot of rocks on these drives, and we're going, you know, whatever the speed limit is, and maybe 2 miles over, but a lot of rocks, and this car would definitely be scratched up a lot more, or scratched up if I hadn't put the Expel on there. So I don't regret it. The only thing that I didn't do on the hood is I did not do the stinger, but I was told that they actually make a matte finish Expel now. I hadn't heard about that. I don't know if they had it when I did this. The guy that did it's done a bunch, did not say it was available, but it was. And I'll be honest with you, putting Expel on this car has to be a nightmare with all these little cuts. And I still recommend it, but I would definitely find a good installer. Make sure this one has a couple wrinkles in it. It's not terribly bad. I'm fine with them. They don't show too much. I see them because I know they're there. But anyway, that was something that's a few grand as well. So the last few might be a little more than, you know, financially cost effective, but they're definitely worth it anyway. So that's gonna about do it for today's video. And like I said, I really needed to get this car out of the garage because it's been well over a month. It's been sitting in there on the trickle charger. And so anyway, had to take it out, do a video with it, get it out of the garage. I'm gonna go drive it some. My wife and I are gonna go driving around later, and hopefully have a good evening. But anyway, I want to tell everybody thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you like the videos, if you don't, it's fine as well. But if you do, please subscribe. I'm planning on doing a lot more content with this car, but I'm also gonna do a lot more content with the Lamborghini and a lot of other Lamborghini people, hopefully as well. So anyway, hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope you have a fantastic week. Thanks for watching.